Well, good afternoon. My name is Shane Falkwell. Retired from the U.S. Air Force. I served 22 years and I worked on ground support equipment for my whole career. I retired in 2015 to start working for Hydraulics International. I conduct after-sales support, troubleshooting, training, and I'll be your primary point of contact if you have any questions or issues with our equipment. So feel free to email me with any symptoms, problems, concerns, questions, anything you might have. With exception to the modified front wheels on this unit, this is the MJ-1E aerial stores lift truck, electric, part number 091701-100. Upon receipt of your new MJ-1E, your hydraulic tank may be empty, so you need to go ahead and service it. It's located here on the left side of the unit. Go ahead and open this cap and service it so that your fluid is above the bottom of the screen. Also located in this compartment is the hydraulic pump and the electric motor to operate it. Located on the right side of the unit, you'll find the manual pump handle and the storage bin. Now as we continue around the unit, you can see the operator's seat. We have accelerator pedal, brake pedal, gear shifter, a lift lever, steering wheel, obviously. There's an operations placard here. System fault light, system run, charge status, emergency stop, which needs to be rotated out, system pressure, hour meter, light switch, system charge off and run switch, push to start button, and power on light. Up here on the battery pack, we have the HMI, human machine interface. Once this is booted up, you'll be able to interact with this battery pack. You can see on the battery pack at this time it's got a lift lug installed on it. There's 3 lift lugs that come with a strap in a special kit to lift the battery pack off and to separate the battery pack halves. It typically does not come with the unit, it needs to be ordered separately. Next, you want to disconnect these 3 latches, as you can see already, to get to the inside of your battery pack and make sure your circuit breakers are on and units ready for operation. So once you're inside, you want to check CB1 is on, CB2, 3, and 4 are on. Inside the top cover of your battery pack, you'll find your power supply, circuit breakers, Ethernet switch, control box, which on the side has the emergency charge switch. In the event you cannot normally charge the battery pack with the charge switch due to low battery voltage, you need to turn this on, plug in your charging cable, and start charging the unit. Once you've charged it for an hour, you can go ahead and turn it off and close that. This is your HMI. Inside the control box, you've got relays. Down here is your battery management system, and over here is your PLC and your charging adapter. Also located on the back of their battery pack is the charging door panel. Pop that open, plug in your charging cable, and start recharging your batteries. Located here is the micro switch that prevents you from starting the unit if this door is open. And on the top of the battery box, you have 12 volt batteries. These are Odyssey PC 1100 models. You have your chargers for each individual battery located up here. Fuses to protect the charging. And then you have 5 cables here that connect the upper half to the lower half. And a cooling fan. If we were to separate the upper and lower halves, the lower half would look just like this, minus CB1. With the battery pack open like this, you will not be able to start the unit due to this switch right here. This switch must be depressed in order to turn on the unit. Now once you've got the HMI on, there is a button in the program that will allow you to bypass that switch and open this for power on troubleshooting. When you're ready to close the lid, bear in mind this is a locking leg. There's a push button on this side, you press it in, unlocks the lock, and then you can collapse the leg and pull the top closed like so. Secure your latches. Now we'll power on the unit. Now we'll look in the HMI here. I'm going to go to the maintenance screen. Go ahead and put in the password, which is HII 007. Press the return button. Press login. And we are inside. So here we have an array of buttons to select from. We'll check our voltages. This should give you a good condition of each battery. Check the battery condition. Come on. There we go. We can return and check the voltage level, the waterfall. Alright, so we have one battery here that is quite low. This battery could and will start causing other batteries to start draining into it, leading to a shorter lifespan. Return, return again. Limit switch statuses. When any of these are activated, they will turn green. Located in here is also the fault log. I believe this holds about 200 faults, and you can scroll through them. If you want additional info on the fault, press the info button. And there you have it. Go ahead and return. Back. Battery hours. Alright, this can be reset. Highly recommend that you do not reset it. Leave this alone. Here's the battery cover switch button I was talking about. You depress that, it turns green. You can now open and close the battery pack cover with power on without the power dropping off. And lastly, your pedal adjustment switch. Now this is for your accelerator pedal. And what you want to do is when you depress the accelerator pedal, you'll hear a click. So that was a prime example of being logged into the maintenance screen and triggering a fault switch. It will kick you out and you have to go back in and log in again. There is a shortcut though, and I'll show that to you right now. You place your finger up here in the right hand corner, you hear a beep, You're going to look for a green light to appear in the middle of the 0. Once that appears, press left side of the screen. And you're in. Alright, to alleviate the problem of kicking me back out, I have switched the unit over to charge real quick. Now we'll go back to pedal. When you depress the accelerator pedal, here, you'll hear a click. That micro switch activates this green light. Now your numbers down here should be no greater than 0.1 when that light initially activates. And then as you depress the accelerator pedal all the way down, you should get a nice smooth increase in numbers up to 1. This one's slightly out of adjustment. There's a built-in delay in the software that allows you to move the system switch from run to charge or charge to run without killing your HMI. Move it to the center and then over to run. As long as you're not on center for longer than 2 seconds, the HMI will stay booted up. Let's turn the lights on. We have the forward LED and the rear LED for nighttime driving. Now before you can start the unit, there are 3 faults that may appear depending on the position of your gear shift, your accelerator pedal, and your charge door. So we'll go ahead and open these up, depress the accelerator pedal, and leave this in gear. Either forward or reverse, doesn't matter. And you're going to get 3 faults. Now, as you correct each fault, they'll disappear. We'll shift it back into neutral, and we'll close the charge door. There we go. We are now ready to start. Let's run through the operations placard. First, we want to make sure our emergency stop switch is pulled out by rotating it clockwise. Emergency stop. When it's out, you'll see the green indicator here. Make sure the battery pack access cover is closed. And it is closed. Ensure the charge access door is closed. It is closed. Ensure the gear shift selector lever is in neutral. Set the system charge off run switch to run. Power on light should come on after we push to start switch. Keep it depressed for 3 to 5 seconds. Power on. If you need to adjust this pressure, go to the left side of the unit where you filled the hydraulic fluid. On the pump, you'll need to loosen this jam nut right here so that you can rotate this knob. As you rotate that knob, your system pressure should go up and down. Located right below in front of the brake pedal, this is the park brake lever. Go ahead and move it to off. Place your gear selector lever in forward or reverse, depending on which direction you want to go. And then slightly depressed on the accelerator to start moving forward. On your HMI, we have a light test, which should kick on multiple lights on the dash. We've also got a fan test button here to make sure that the two cooling fans located here and here are operating. So press that button and feel for air coming out of both of those vents. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the hydraulic motor. The system is still on, as you can see. I just stopped the pump temporarily without turning everything off. If your hydraulic power dies, you can manually actuate the hydraulic system by opening this door for the hand pump, removing the hand pump from inside the unit, and installing it right here. From here, actuate the handle up and down, while at the same time holding the hydraulic lever here or at the table. Now when your unit's operating and you want to control your table, come up here and you have 4 controls here. Your tilt, turn your table left and right. Your lateral, move your table this direction or this direction. Longitudinal, we'll go forward or rear, like so. And then you lift arms up or down. Your table also has 360-degree manual rotation. Now shutdown procedures, we'll go ahead and move the gear selector lever back to neutral. Set the parking brake lever to on. Now when you're setting your parking brake, putting that up alone won't do it. You need to depress your brake pedal. That pushes hydraulic fluid through the locking valve and keeps it inside, pressurizing the brake pads. Lower lift arms onto the travel bar, which is that silver bar running right here. Next, we'll set the system charge off run switch to off. In the event the battery access door is opened or the emergency start switch is depressed, or after 24 hours of non-operation has elapsed, the system will require approximately 35 seconds to reboot. The system run light will flash while system is booting up. Now this is 35 seconds for the pumps to start operating. It's an additional 10 to 15 seconds for the HMI to fully boot up.